All right, the second page doesn't get much easier. So at 65, you're going to start in second position. So find a G sharp with your first finger, fourth finger for C sharp, and then third finger on the A string for the E, and hop the first finger to the A string for the C sharp. Even better if you can keep your first finger on both the C sharp and G sharp. If you can get that in tune and just leave it there, it'll be easier. And it happens again, and then the whole measure again. Next line, go up to third position. G sharp, so 4-1. Now for the D, I want you to go to the third finger on the D string, so you can play, it's a harmonic, so you'll know if you're there. And then second finger on the A string to play the G. So we're in fifth position here, by the way. Second finger up a half step for the G sharp. Right next to that, put on the E string for the E. And then hop your second finger right under the E string, under the third finger on the E string for the D sharp. Fourth finger, second finger still down hopefully. First finger on the A string, hop the second finger over to the A string, that's the G sharp. Hop the first finger over to the E string, that's the C sharp. Third finger for the E. Now, you're going to shift and play the G sharp with the first finger. So you'll have to practice going from first finger C sharp to first finger G sharp. And of course there's an E in between. And then your third finger for the, where am I here? For the C sharp. So you'll know if you have the right interval, G sharp to C sharp is a perfect fourth. It'll be a very high, Here Comes the Bride. Here comes the bride. Anyway, G sharp, E to C sharp. And then your second finger is right on top of the G sharp for the A. Really close. You'll probably have to move the G sharp out of the way a little bit to even get the A in tune. Then fourth finger down to D sharp. So now you're in fourth position. First finger for the B flat. Then go up to first finger on the C. Back to fifth position. Second finger for the D. And that's that line. So if you're playing the bottom, then you do it the same way, except for when you get to what would be that shift up to the high G sharp, you're just going to play it with a fourth finger. So you have this 1 on the C sharp, 3 on the E. You're going to extend your fourth finger to play the G sharp, and then you're going to have your first finger should still be down, so you can just play C sharp again, and then you can cross over, third finger for the A on the A string, and then you can go down to third position with the D sharp first finger and stay there, hop over. It's the same placement for the B flat because that's also an A sharp, and then you use the same fingering for the rest of that line. Alright, here's that line, what it sounds like. Anyway, something like that. If you're playing the bottom, now you're in fifth position. So 75. Oh, I want to say one more thing. All of this section that I just played and the next section too really relies a lot on keeping fingers down and playing your next note relative to something. So if you can work that out, and hopefully the video is helping with that, that will be a huge help for you to know where to place your fingers and to make sure you're playing in tune. It's hard to hear this section tonally. It's not easy to, it doesn't just make a lot of sense to the ear. So unless you listen to the recording thousands of times. Here's 75. So you're in 5th position from before. 4th finger goes on F. 2nd finger, which was playing a D in the measure before, bring it back a half step to D flat. 3rd finger for the A flat on the A string. Back to 2, back to 3. 1st finger, just hop it right underneath the 2nd finger on the A string for the F. Now, you just played before that you played the A flat with the 3rd finger. Now you're going to play it with the 1st finger, same note, on the A string. 3rd finger for C. 2nd finger on the E string now for F. Extend your 4th finger to play the B flat. Keep that 2nd finger down. You're going right back to the F. Now your 1st finger is on what would be a C, so you have to bring it, let's see, sorry, your 1st finger, where are we? Your 1st finger was on what would be an E flat, I think. Yeah, so bring it back a half step for the D. Yeah. Now, A flat, no, B flat, where am I? I lost my place again. Okay, A flat. So let's see, am I doing that right? There's the A flat, and then 1st finger comes up a half step for the E flat. 3rd finger across the A string for the C flat, which is the same note as a B. Oh my gosh, I'm off. Okay, let me try, let's see, well I'll just keep going and I'll try it again. Now, 4th finger on the A string for the A. You played an A flat, so now you're going to go back up a half step. There's the A, F, which is right next to the 1st finger. 3rd finger C. Then down to 5th position. So 3rd finger on the A string. That's your harmonic. That's the A. 1st finger for the F. Hop it over to the E string for the C. 3rd finger for the E flat. Now shift to 3rd position. C flat, same note as B natural. So 2nd finger, 4th finger for the G sharp, which is another way for playing the A flat. Now tuck the 1st finger right under the 2nd finger to play the E flat. 4th finger back where it was for the A flat. 2nd finger back where it was for the B or the C flat. Extend your 4th finger to play E. That's a harmonic. 1st finger A. Then you're going to play the F with a 3rd finger. So you could just go 1st finger to an E, and it's a half step higher. Or probably the safer way to practice that, 1st finger to a D. So your guide note is a D. 1st finger back to the F on the A string. 4th finger on the A string for B flat. 2nd finger right next to the 1st finger on the E string for the D flat. 4th finger for E. Then 1st finger, just tuck it under the 2nd finger. That's the B natural. 2nd finger on top of that for C. Now the G, you're going to go to a 1st finger if you're playing the top. And then 2nd finger is right next to that for A flat. And then a half step higher for A. Still 2nd finger, and then 3rd finger a whole step, which is not far, for B. Okay, let me play from 75 now, so you can hear these notes. All right. Yeah, it's brutal. It's hard. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of commitment here, but it's good music, and you'll be a much better violinist after you can do this. If you're playing the bottom from 75, I'll just play. All you have to do is hop your second finger over to the A string to play the B flat, and then right back to the second finger for the F. Then you can use your fourth finger for the D, first finger on the A string for the A flat, first finger hop over to the E string for the E flat, third finger really close for the C flat, and then down to a harmonic on the A string for the A, third finger, fourth finger next to that for the F, C, first finger, and then the same fingering as the top. So here's 75 at the bottom. Then you just go to first. All right. Let's see, 108, you want to go up and play the note, whichever note you're playing, you want to play it on the A string. So if you're playing the top, the A, you'll do it with an A, or sorry, with a third finger, which is your harmonic. Just so you know, the first finger you'll play, or the F, if you're playing the bottom, you'll play the F with the first finger. So the reason you want to play 108 up on the A string in fifth position is so that you're in position for the next measure. So whichever note you're playing, it doesn't matter. You're already in fifth position. You're just going to put your third and fourth fingers down very close together to play the F, the E, and then extend the fourth finger to play the G. So here's one, I'll start with 3 measures before 105. If you're doing the F, if you're doing the A, it'll go. And then either way, here you go. Stay there, next measure, D. Extend back to that G. First finger is in position, C. Half step down with the first finger for B. Third finger D. First finger back to an A. Alright, the rest of it is not very hard. The 16th notes, you'd be in third position. 1, 3 on the F, 2 on the E, open, A. 124, shift, first position. Go to a 1 on the C, 2 for the D, and then the last note, if you're playing the bottom, you'll just put your third finger down. For the E, if you're playing the top, you're going to have to shift and play. I would still play the third finger for the A. So your first finger is going on G. Sorry, no, that's not right. Your second finger is going on G. There we go. So D, guide note G, third finger A. So that's the shift. So it's hard, and good luck. Spend a lot of time on it. It's the summer.